Despite the fact that the majority of fans of 1,000-Pound Sisters have been extremely supportive of Amy Slatton and her baby boy Gage, there are some individuals who have criticized the reality star for the diet that she has chosen for her kid. Some of Amy's fans have made it a practice to criticize the television personality, and one of the ways that these critics criticize Amy's parenting abilities is by criticizing the food that she gives to her son, Gage. Fans should refrain from passing judgment on Gage's diet for a number of reasons, including the harmful culture of mom shaming and Amy's assurance that she has consulted physicians about the foods that her kid consumes. As a result of the fact that it was not safe for Amy to give birth prior to her gastric bypass procedure, she had to go through a difficult journey to become pregnant. Amy has been dedicated to her lofty weight reduction objectives ever since the premiere of her show Sisters, which featured her weighing 1,000 pounds. One of the reasons why Amy wanted to lose some weight was so that she may become pregnant. Although they were cautioned to wait years before attempting to have a family, the reality TV couple Amy and Michael were too anxious to wait. Amy and Michael had always known that they wanted a kid, and they had always known that they wanted a child. A few short months after Amy had bariatric surgery, the entertainer found out that she was expecting a child during her pregnancy. It was in November of 2020 when the 1,000-Pound Sisters actress gave birth to her baby Gage, who was in good health. Some of the Slatton sisters' detractors have made Gage's first journey around the sun a difficult experience for Amy, despite the fact that the last year of Gage's existence has been a source of happiness for Amy and her followers. Despite the fact that the majority of Amy's followers have expressed their appreciation for the fact that the celebrity has freely shared photographs and videos of Gage on social media, some of the entertainer's followers have considered each glance at Gage to be an occasion to evaluate Amy's parenting abilities. Amy's detractors have not given the reality star any credit when it comes to the fact that she has raised her first kid. This criticism ranges from the fact that she did not properly fasten Gage's seatbelt to the fact that she took images of the growing youngster on an untidy bed. In addition, Amy's critics have made it a point to criticize the nutrition that she provides for her kid. One of the first images that Amy shared of Gage was captioned by the Slatton sister with the phrase, "Green beans was a hit." As was to be expected, those who were critical of Amy quickly rushed to the comments section of the reality star's post. A critic pointed out that infants should not begin eating solid foods until they are 6 months old. "We always tell parents that they should not give their children solid foods until they are at least 6 months old," observed yet another follower who shames mothers. Responses such as these, despite the fact that they may have been given with well intentions, only succeed in diminishing Amy's abilities as a mother. Another photo that Amy uploaded showed Gage eating, and she stated that the doctor had encouraged them to simply let him practice using the spoon. When he is 6 months old, he will be able to transition to baby vegetables. Amy's admirers, who were quick to pass judgment on her, had less fodder to use against her because she had preceded her visit with her physician. Additionally, according to TV show's Ace, Amy sends daily messages to the doctor's nurse to ensure that she is able to keep her baby safe. In spite of the fact that Amy shouldn't be required to demonstrate that she is being a responsible parent, the 1,000-Pound Sisters actress has demonstrated that she is happy without the assistance of mom shamers. As Amy and Michael celebrate the first birthday of their son, Gage, the parents of the 1,000-Pound Sisters are demonstrating that their skeptics were incorrect. Not only is the habit of mom shaming cruel and unproductive, but Amy has reassured her followers that she consults with a physician on a regular basis to verify that Gage's nutrition is nutritious. In a fortunate turn of events, fans of 1,000-Pound Sisters may have peace of mind knowing that Amy is a responsible mother to Gage. 1,000-Pound Sisters. Why fans of the show shouldn't criticize baby Gage's diet. The hit TLC reality series 1,000-Pound Sisters has captivated audiences across the world by documenting the lives of Amy and Tammy Slatton, two Kentucky sisters with unique personalities and the shared struggle of managing obesity. Since its debut, the show has struck a chord with viewers due to its raw portrayal of the highs and lows of weight loss, family dynamics, and self-improvement. While Tammy's weight loss journey has taken center stage, her sister Amy's story arc has focused on something much more joyous: her journey into motherhood. Amy, who underwent gastric bypass surgery to lose weight, found herself pregnant with her first child, Gage, which quickly became a new focus for the show. However, as Amy's parenting skills and baby Gage's diet have been showcased, fans and critics alike have found themselves hyper-analyzing what Amy feeds her son. This article delves into why fans should refrain from criticizing baby Gage's diet, looking at various factors that contribute to Amy's parenting decisions and providing a more empathetic lens through which to view her journey. The pressure of reality TV parenting. The first thing viewers must remember is that 1,000-Pound Sisters is a reality show that captures fragments of Amy's life. While the show portrays an authentic look at Amy and Tammy's personal struggles, it's edited for entertainment value, and not every moment reflects the full picture of Amy's parenting decisions. Raising a child on reality TV adds an enormous amount of pressure, especially for someone like Amy, who has spent much of her life in the public eye. Fans have been quick to offer unsolicited advice or critique Amy's choices when it comes to Gage's diet, but it's important to remember that the snippets we see on TV or social media do not reflect every aspect of Amy's care for her son. Parenting is complex and layered, and a few moments on screen do not encapsulate the whole story. Amy's personal struggles with weight and food. Another crucial factor to consider is Amy's own complicated history with food and weight loss. Having undergone gastric bypass surgery and battling her own unhealthy relationship with food, Amy is likely navigating uncharted waters when it comes to raising a child with a balanced, nutritious diet. It's important to remember that Amy's experience with food has been shaped by a lifetime of poor eating habits, largely influenced by her upbringing. Breaking generational patterns is no easy task, especially when you're learning about nutrition on a personal level while also trying to teach those lessons to your child. Amy's journey to a healthier life is still ongoing, and finding the right balance for her family will take time. Fans criticizing baby Gage's diet must recognize that Amy is still learning and adapting to these changes in her life, both for herself and for her child. Cultural and socioeconomic factors. Parenting choices, including decisions about diet, are often influenced by cultural and socioeconomic factors, which many fans may overlook when critiquing what Amy feeds Gage. Growing up in rural Kentucky, both Amy and Tammy were raised on traditional Southern foods that are often calorie-dense, fried, and heavily seasoned. These are not just dietary choices, but cultural norms that are deeply embedded in their family and community life. Amy's financial situation also plays a role in her choices when it comes to Gage's diet. Healthy eating can be expensive, especially for families in lower income brackets. Fresh produce, organic foods, and specialty items often cost more than their processed counterparts. Amy, who has discussed financial struggles in the past, may not always have access to the healthiest or most varied food options for her son. Rather than criticize, viewers should show empathy for the challenges Amy might face in trying to provide the best for Gage in her specific circumstances. The learning curve of first-time parenthood. Every parent knows that raising a child, especially your first, is a learning experience full of trial and error. Amy has been open about how motherhood has brought immense joy, but also a lot of uncertainty. Feeding a child is one of the many aspects of parenting where new parents often make mistakes, adjust, and adapt their methods over time. Baby Gage is still very young, and Amy is likely in the process of figuring out what works best for him nutritionally. As a first-time mom, Amy is probably relying on a combination of advice from her pediatrician, family traditions, and what she feels is best for Gage. The truth is, no parent gets everything right the first time, and Amy is no exception. Criticizing her based on what is shown on TV doesn't account for the many conversations and decisions she makes off camera. The role of pediatricians and healthcare professionals. It's easy for fans to jump to conclusions about what baby Gage should or shouldn't be eating based on short clips or scenes. But what we don't see is the role that healthcare professionals, like pediatricians, play in guiding Amy's decisions. Every child is unique, and medical professionals tailor dietary recommendations to the individual needs of the child. There is a good chance that Amy is consulting with healthcare professionals about Gage's diet and nutritional needs, and that what she is feeding him is in line with expert advice. It's also likely that Amy receives guidance specific to Gage's development and any potential health concerns. Without knowing what goes on in those doctor visits, it's unfair to pass judgment based on what is shown in the limited scope of the reality series. The impact of online criticism on Amy's mental health. Being a reality TV star comes with a barrage of public scrutiny, and Amy has been open about how the negative comments from viewers have affected her mental health in the past. Criticizing her choices for Gage not only adds to the stress of parenting, but can also have long-term mental health consequences for Amy. For a mother who is already juggling the demands of raising a young child, managing her weight loss journey, and dealing with life in the spotlight, the additional pressure from online criticism can feel overwhelming. Fans who are quick to judge should consider how their words might contribute to Amy's stress and anxiety. Parenting is hard enough without the entire world watching and dissecting every decision you make. The reality of balanced diets for toddlers. It's easy to make blanket statements about what a toddler should or shouldn't eat, but any parent knows that getting a young child to eat a perfectly balanced diet is a monumental challenge. Toddlers can be picky eaters, and many parents find themselves resorting to less than ideal options just to get their child to eat something. While fans may argue that baby Gage should be eating more vegetables or healthier foods, it's important to recognize that toddlers go through phases where they reject certain foods or refuse to eat altogether. Amy is likely doing her best to ensure Gage is fed and satisfied, and sometimes that means making compromises. Rather than critique what may seem like an unhealthy choice, fans should remember that feeding a toddler is not always straightforward. A call for compassion and empathy. At the end of the day, Amy is a loving mother who is trying her best to raise her son in a challenging environment. Being a reality TV star, dealing with the ongoing pressures of weight loss, and navigating first-time motherhood are significant hurdles on their own. When you add the constant scrutiny from fans and the pressure to make every decision perfectly, it can feel like an impossible task. Instead of criticizing, fans should offer compassion and empathy. Amy is a human being who is learning as she goes, and like all parents, she will make mistakes along the way. What matters most is that she loves her son and is doing her best to provide for him. Rather than focusing on the imperfections, viewers should celebrate the love and care that Amy gives to baby Gage. The importance of supporting mothers on their journey. The harsh reality of mom shaming in the public eye cannot be ignored. Criticism directed at mothers for their parenting choices is a widespread issue, and Amy is not the only celebrity mom who has faced it. Fans of Asterix, 1,000-pound sisters, Asterix can play a role in changing the narrative by offering support instead of judgment. Amy's journey as a mother is one that many women can relate to: the fear of making the wrong decisions, the pressure to do everything right, and the overwhelming love you feel for your child. Fans should be rooting for Amy as she navigates these challenges and find ways to lift her up rather than tear her down. Whether it's through positive comments, offering helpful advice without condescension, or simply choosing not to criticize, there are ways to make a positive impact on her journey. Parenting is a personal journey. The criticism surrounding baby Gage's diet highlights a larger issue within fan culture: how easy it is to pass judgment on others without fully understanding their circumstances. Parenting is an incredibly personal journey, and every family makes decisions based on what they believe is best for their child. Amy Slatton, like all parents, is doing the best she can with the resources and knowledge she has. While her journey may look different from others, that doesn't mean she deserves harsh judgment. Rather than focusing on what she may be doing wrong, fans should take a step back and recognize the love and effort she puts into raising Gage. In the end, what matters most is the bond between mother and child, and Amy's relationship with baby Gage is full of love, care, and joy. Criticizing her parenting choices, especially regarding something as personal as diet, only serves to create unnecessary negativity. Let's allow Amy the space to grow as a parent, just as we all do, and celebrate the progress she's making on her unique journey.